Hey y'all, it's Zoe and welcome back to another video on my channel. I know that my background is a little different, so just ignore that. Also, my camera battery may die and I was really dumb and did not bring any extra batteries, so I might have to switch to my phone. But anyways, I wanted to continue filming my videos for you all because even though I am not at home, I still wanted to stick to the schedule. So today I'm going to be talking to you about travel day, what you can expect when you get there, because they don't really tell you what exactly is going to happen. That can make you a little anxious. I know, like, when I was going there, I didn't really know what to expect. So I wanted to be able to do that for you. So let's get on to the video. So first, as a reminder, Fulbright Taiwan will pay for your flight to Taiwan and your flight back to the US at the end of grant, and they will pay for 2 checked suitcases on your ticket. When I left for Taiwan on my domestic flight, they ended up charging me for the 2 bags plus overweight, even though it was included on my ticket, and you can see on your ticket as well that it's included. So I tried to do the whole refund thing and I just ended up giving up, and I was like, you know, whatever. But on my way back to the US, it was covered. I didn't have to pay for those 2 suitcases. When I first got there, I had a little issue with the check-in people. I was flying Delta domestically, and since my return ticket to the US wasn't booked yet, no one's return ticket is booked yet, they did not want to check me in for my flight. They had so many issues, even because my Taiwan visa also said 180 days. There wasn't like a confirmed, you know, return home date. So basically the travel agent ended up booking a random return home date, and that satisfied the airline, and then I was able to check in. You will get like physical paper boarding passes, just because they have to check your passport. You'll get one for your domestic flight and then you'll get one for your international flight. So I transferred through LAX. So if you're transferring through LAX, this will apply to you, but if not, it should be very similar. SFO, LaGuardia, they all should be very similar. But basically, I just followed the signs to get to a shuttle bus, and that shuttle bus took me to the international terminal, but I believe you can also walk there. And then I had like a 6-hour layover, so I chilled, I ate food, and I met other Fulbrighters. And then once you check in at your gate, that's when they will give you the other boarding pass for that international flight. And then they might take your boarding passes. If you're like me and you like to keep them for memories, you might not have them, so just be warned. But the plane was very nice. I flew on China Airlines. I wanted to get a video of the front of the plane, and they had fancy seats, but I obviously couldn't. And most international flights will be 3-4-3, and so they're really, really nice planes. Tips for flying: you know, walk around a little bit. If you can sleep, you know, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, and just try to have as normal of a routine. And then when you get there, depending what time it is, you know, the key to jet lag is to just morph into the time of day there. So if you get there at 12, you know, try to eat lunch, you know, get situated, try not to go to sleep and take a nap, because that will mess with your jet lag. So once we got to Taiwan, when we go through immigration and customs, there's a red line and a green line, and that has to do with if you have something to declare. At that time, when I got there, which was August 2023, they were mostly concerned about African swine flu and if you had meats or veggies. So you'll most likely go through the green line because you shouldn't have anything to declare. When you go through immigration, you will fill out an arrival card. I think when I filled out mine, we just put the address of the FSC building in Taipei. So you should have that address on emails that they've sent you. And then you'll show them your arrival card, your passport. They'll check for your visa. And it's like this for a lot of other Asian countries too. Some of them have an arrival card, some of them don't. And then you will get all of your bags at baggage claim, and you should go through the green line again of nothing to declare. And then you should see signs. There will be Fulbright interns and Fulbright admin with signs, and they should be able to help get you where you need to be. And we all just hung out at the airport for about 3 hours. If you are in another county that's further south, or if you're like on the outer islands, then they will direct you to your next flight. So you might have a domestic flight. I think Kaohsiung, Penghu, Kinmen, also possibly Taiwan, you will all have a second flight. So you might have up to 4 or 5 flights total. So it'll be a long travel day for you. Once we got on the bus, the buses will take you to your respective counties. And for us, it took us to Taipei, where we had our little, now that you've landed orientation kind of thing, because I was new Taipei. So they linked Taipei and New Taipei together for all of our orientation stuff. So we left our stuff on the bus, and then you want to bring like your personal belongings with you, your wallet, etc. And that is when they had us fill out all of the paperwork, such as for our ARC, for our SIM cards, and they also took us to get headshots for our ARC because the dimensions are different from an American passport photo. And then they served us lunch. They gave us little bento boxes. I'm not sure if that's what it's going to be like this year, but hopefully. And then we got back on the bus and they took us to the hotel. For New Taipei, we stayed on in a hotel for 2 weeks just because our apartments are super far out there, and since all of our orientation was happening in Taipei, they put us in a hotel so that we wouldn't have to travel as far. If you're in a Taipei cohort, you'll most likely get back on the bus and go to your temporary apartments, which they already would have assigned you to your temporary apartments, and they'll go over it during that little orientation session where you're going to be. And then you can use, a lot of the Taipei people used the time post arrival to go shopping because the apartments are furnished, but you won't have any bedding or anything like that. So a lot of the Taipei people used that time to go buy bedding and other stuff. Once we got to the hotel, that's when they finally gave us our SIM cards. We didn't go shopping for apartment stuff until way later because we weren't moving until way later. When you get your eSIM, it's just scanning a QR code and then using a confirmation code. And then please make sure you turn off your US plan if you're not planning to use it abroad, if it will like charge you extra. And then basically after that, we were set free until the next day, where we could get settled into Taiwan. So also about travel day. So when you get to your little orientation sites, that is when they will give you your stipend, your 26,000 NTD settling in allowance. That is supposed to help for the Taipei people. It helps them buy furniture, and then, you know, it helps you buy food. You will have to use a small chunk of it, like right off the bat for your ARC application, but you'll still have a lot and you'll be able to buy food. And again, I'm making a separate budgeting video. And then you should also be able to get your bank account set up. For New Taipei, we got it set up literally the next day, but for Taipei, they didn't get their bank account set up until mid-August. And then your first paycheck will arrive August 15th. And a little secret, I didn't know that doing Fulbright meant I would get paid. I don't know why that surprised me that we got like a stipend, but I didn't know. I applied like not knowing we would get paid to do this. But yeah, so you'll get paid on the 15th of every month. If the 15th happens to be on a weekend, sometimes they'll send it to you on a Friday, which is pretty nice. And when that payday hits, it's so nice. And so then we get into the orientation prep. So basically what happened during orientation was just being introduced to all of the schools online, like on a Google Meet, and then we were able to fill out a little preference form of where we wanted to be. We had a little intro to Taiwan about safety, natural disasters, cultural taboos, some example schedules, line groups, teaching tips, and then the last day of orientation was match day, where we got to see what school we were going to be at, which would also dictate where we were living, and then we also got to move, and Fulbright paid for taxis to help us move to our apartments. And then joint site orientation is going to be in mid-August. That is with everyone, all of the ETAs from all over, and you're just going to meet all the other ETAs, meet some of the staff and admin, such as the counselors, the CEO, all those people. They'll go over some rules and regulations, and you'll have some other kinds of trainings and just more stuff about you know, what it's like to be a teacher. They'll go over lesson planning and everything like that. So I hope that this video kind of helps ease some of your anxieties about traveling to Taiwan. It's really exciting, and I really hope that you all enjoy it, and I wish you all really safe travels. But please don't be anxious. There will be people that will be waiting for you at the airport, If you know people that are going on your flight, I recommend reaching out to them, trying to get a little group chat going and meeting up at your airport during the layovers. And it's pretty much just following the group and getting settled in. So since you land pretty early in the morning, like I got there at 5 a.m., they pretty much will have you go. But again, you'll probably be waiting till about 8 a.m. because that's when all of the coordinators like go to work. It's like 8 a.m. So they're gonna have you sit in the airport for a while. But Taoyuan Airport has luggage carts and they're free of use, so you can haul all of that there. You will get to know your cohort in the airport, and then all the transportation from there will be free. And then after they release you, then you'll have to pay for transportation on your own. But if you watch some of my other videos, you would know if you're in Taipei or New Taipei to get the T-Pass. That will help you get around. And the metro system and the bus system are very easy to follow. So again, I am very, very excited for you, and I wish you safe travels, your journeys to Taiwan, and that you have an amazing year. And I look forward to making more videos as the year goes on, just related to my experience and answering any questions you may have. So that is all for this video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!